Hey guys, welcome to my February 2021 Stolen Valor Spotlight. I told you I'd be doing a monthly. I'm kind of behind the power curve on this one. And I usually wait until I get all of the records back from the National Personal Record Center in St. Louis. However, their backlog is between 10 months and a year right now due to COVID. Their staffing has been severely reduced and they're working under the COVID restrictions. So everything is just kind of snowballing and it's going to take quite a while to get brought back up. However, sometimes there's just way too much BS involved with one of these. And I'm not going to mention names, I'm not going to call the person out, but I'll show you my basic email type stuff I do when I have someone request someone's military records to be checked. So I had a couple of guys ask me to check out this one YouTuber who I watched a bunch of his videos, and he claims to be, combat wounded, special forces, black ops, all this other stuff. And I'm thinking he's trying to do that just to try and enhance his business presence, which would be in violation of the Stolen Valor Act of 2013. So I sent him an email, and let me bring that up real quick. Let me see which one it is. Here we go. So you're going to be looking at this email, and this is the first email, and this is what I usually send out to people when I'm trying to validate some of their military military claims. And I've been asked by a couple of people to verify your service. What year did you enlist in the Army? Where did you attend basic combat training? Where did you attend AIT, and what was your MOS? AIT is your advanced individual training. MOS is your military occupational skill. Where and when was your last combat tour? Because in the videos I watched, he claimed at one point he claimed 3 combat tours. However, he made mention to Desert Storm, and there's other videos that contradict what he said there, so on and so forth. So I've reviewed some of your claims, made new videos, and I don't call them straight out. They could be true, they could be false, or they could be embellished. I understand over time a person's recall of events may become dulled. I tell them who I am, and if you could answer those questions, we can move along. So let's go ahead and scroll up here a little bit, and I X'd out anything that would identify this individual. How about you answer all of those questions for me, and then we can go from there, retired MSG, question mark. And I didn't have a problem with that. Now, some of the highlighted stuff here, he interjected into my email in parenthesis. He did state that he earned his SFC on the battlefield, which they don't do that with non-commissioned officers. There is such a thing as a battlefield commission to a commissioned officer, but nothing that I know of as of recent. That's mainly World War II. There was, I think, a couple in Korea, maybe 1 or 2 in Vietnam. But yeah, you don't earn your SFC by being in combat. And we'll start at the top of this reply. Listen, and I am trying to be very respectful from one veteran to another. So if you are really a retired master sergeant, yeah, I know what it stands for. I am respectfully asking you to never come at me sideways again, asking for my military information, as I don't know you from Adam. You're right, you don't. And just because you create an email persona, now it's not an email persona, it's me. Just like your email is a persona. And I am a Master Sergeant retired. It doesn't mean a hill of beans, blah, blah, blah. If you earned your NCO promotions in combat, you don't earn NCO promotions in combat. You go on a list. You meet the points. Then you get promoted. Horseshit. Like I have. don't bother asking me any further questions as I attain the rank of SFC. Then he calls me out as being a pretender in the trenches, question his valor, service, and combat experiences. He's just way out there. Take my pretender posing inquisitive ass somewhere else. Well, I'm not doing that. Said he was wounded in combat and he has a disability. I believe he is a paranoid schizophrenic, and he probably does have multiple personality disorders. I just don't know which one of his personalities thought they were in the military. His responses. He joined in 1980, and he said he went to his basic training at Fort Leonard Wood. They do basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, but not for 11 Bravo. Where did you attend AIT? What was your MOS? I did one station unit training, Fort McClellan, Alabama, received my MOS as 95 Bravo. Later on in my career, that changed to 31 Bravo. He said first, Fort Benning, 11 X-ray. Well, that's where he would have went to basic training and then to infantry school. 11 X-ray is not an MOS. That is an enlistment option. So he's got this a little confusing. Second, Fort Leonard Wood, 18 Delta. 18 Delta. 18 Delta is a Special Forces medic, a medical sergeant. You don't go to Fort Leonard Wood for anything to do with Special Forces. Nothing. And if he had earned an 18 Delta, he surely, third, wouldn't be going to Fort Sam Houston to become a 68 Whiskey combat medic. So none of that makes any sense. It just doesn't make sense. I told him where my last combat tour was. I was on Fob Merez, Mosul, Iraq, 0607. Operation Urgent Fox. Well, there's no such operation. It's called Urgent Fury. That was Grenada. I was stationed at the 82nd, Fort Bragg, 82nd Airborne at the time, which deployed to Grenada, 26 October to 15 December. That's the dates you can cut and paste right out of Wikipedia. It's all out there. Now, he said he did 7 years in the military and he enlisted in 1980. How did he go to Operation Just Cause if he did 7 years in the military, according to him, and I've got screenshots and videos, but went to Operation Just Cause in Panama in 1989? Again, the math does not work for these clowns. It just doesn't work. And then he calls me out a true combat veteran, blah, blah, blah. Well, a true combat veteran knows that you don't make E7 in combat. It doesn't work that way. He said he was court-martialed / Article 15. Well, an Article 15 is non-judicial punishment. Has nothing to do with a court-martial. So if he was court-martialed, there would have been a 32 investigation. He would have went to a court-martial. They would have busted him down from E7 to private E1 and thrown him out. For using drugs in order to get amped up to go back into combat. I guarantee you, every Special Forces guy out there, he goes and shoots up and snorts and smokes and does all of that just so he can get amped up to go back into combat. Not. This guy is so full of crap, it's unbelievable. The only fake veteran is him. So, I replied to that. I basically said, yep, that's pretty much what I expected. And the SF-180's been submitted to NPRC, the National Personal Record Center. If he was in the military, I will at some point get copies of his records. And I also forwarded all of this along with the video clips and screen captures to the Guardian of the Green Beret. Those guys will rout him out in a second. No questions asked. So that's where we're at. Now, I want to bring up, I just did a real quick check on the internet in regards to Special Forces. Now, this is just a real quick check. How long does it take to become a Green Beret? Well, if he had joined the military with the enlistment option 18 X-ray, it would be 63 weeks, just over a year of training just to get to that point. If he did go in 11 Bravo, first off, you have to be a E3 minimum just to apply. You have to go to selection, and if you make it through selection, then you wait for a course to start, and then you start the Special Forces qualification course. 63 weeks, that would be if you hit everything dead on the nuts and went through. But, you know, I know guys, took them 3 or 4 years to finally become SF. A lot of guys don't make the first selection. While I was stationed at Bragg, we sometimes had to go to the recruitment briefings from Special Forces. We went to those. There was, I think I went to one for Delta. Those guys, they come in, you get all your NCOs, they all go to this, go to one of the theaters, and they do some recruitment briefings. And, you know, there's a lot of us that have gone through that if you were stationed at Bragg. So, like I said, I'm not going to call the guy out because I don't have his records back, and I made sure I X'd out his name and his email and all of that stuff and anything I presented. But his military claims, they don't make sense. They don't add up. They usually don't when it's somebody who's full of shit, and this is one of them. I love how he calls out MSG Retired as a fake persona on some of his videos. Yeah, not a fake persona made up by anybody. It's me. And I am a retired Master Sergeant. So there you have it. That's going to be your February Stolen Valor Spotlight. I wish I could just throw his stuff out there and get this on the get this on the record, but I'm going to wait. Like I said, I won't release anything until I'm 100% sure, but this is just a generalization of some of the stuff I get, and I wanted to get that out there for February rather than review an old case from years past or whatever. Stolen Valor is rampant out there. You could do a search for it and find all kinds of things going on. You know, it is what it is. There's people out there that will try and take advantage of anything they can to you know, get ahead, I guess. Anyway, hey, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back to my motorcycle content in another month or two when the weather gets better. I got some more updates on some of my truck stuff and some of my other videos. So, with that, if you're still out there riding on twos, keep the shiny side up, rubber side down, and have a great day.